Hello and welcome back po sa ating channel. Ang topic po natin ngayong araw ay When Empath Meets the Narcissist. Sa mga bago po, ang channel na ito po ay focus po tayo sa narcissistic abuse at narcissistic personality disorder at kung paano sila nag-ooperate. Yun po, today is about empath and the narcissist. And this article is written by Zeta Fontaine. Before it got bad, it was not only good, it was amazing. So yun po ang first na kapag nag-meet po itong narcissist at saka empath. It was amazing. It was everything I have ever wanted. Everything I have ever wished for, and many things I have never even dreamed to ask for. So feeling niya is it's a perfect love. It was love, pure and raw and heart-moving love that changes you and changes how you see the world. I love so fiercely and wildly that I failed to see that blind the mask of this bird with a broken wing whom I wanted to save so much. Lied a vulture who was hungry for my soul and energy. So yun po yung feeling niya. Sobrang na-inlove po siya dun sa narcissist. Ito pong babae na ito ay isa po siyang empath. When it was over and my heart was shattered and I don't even bother to try and pick up the pieces, the worst was yet to come. The realization that this love, so pure and raw, only existed in my mind, and what I believed to be the greatest love on earth was nothing but fueling someone's unrequited self-love. Yun po, kasi sa mga narcissists po, yun pong pinipresente po nila sa atin or sa mga target nila ay it's a false self po. Itong babae na ito, na-inlove siya doon sa persona na ipresenta sa kanya nung narcissist. Kaya yun, she was so devastated nung lumabas na nung na-drop na yung mask ng narcissist. I thought narcissism was about self-love till someone told me there is a flip side of it. And it is actually drearier than self-love. It is unrequited self-love. I am an empath and I fell in love with a narcissist. And in a way, he fell in love with me too, but this way was destructive, fatal way. Dangerous love. There are very few things that are more dangerous and harmful than to be in a relationship with a narcissist. Think about every kind of abuse, physical, verbal, mental, emotional, or financial. Think about manipulation and exploitation. Think about gaslighting, humiliation, and disrespect. And imagine it multiplied by 1,000. Yes, you are getting close. In a disproportionate number of cases, empaths will find themselves involved with a narcissist. Kasi po, paborito pong target ng mga narcissist ay ang mga empath. And as impossible, their attraction seems these completely opposite personalities are drawn to each other like moths to the flame, their collision being fatal and inevitable for the empath. What is behind these dynamics? Let's take an empath and then let's take a narcissist. And between them, the seemingly inexplicable attraction. For the sake of the easier flow of this read, based on my own personal experience, I will refer to the narcissist as he and the empath as she. But it can be the other way around too. Who is the empath? So yun. Empaths are those highly sensitive individuals who are uniquely tuned into the emotion of people surrounding them, with the ability to sense what others are thinking and feeling. They are sensitive, kind, nurturing, big-hearted, and very generous. Excuse me. They are very intuitive and have exceptionally high emotional intelligence. They are the perfect friends, the ones who will always be there for you, who will always listen, who will always care. Yan po ang mga katangian na mayroon ang mga empath. However, these qualities can be hard on the empaths themselves. They are feeling what others feeling. They feel the suffering. They take on the pain, anxiety, or anger of their friends and loved ones. They have hard time with setting healthy boundaries for themselves. They are very bad at saying no. Hello, present here. And they are loyal to a fault, always placing others' needs before their own. Hello again. One possible scientific explanation for why empaths are so receptive is the discovery of mirror neurons. We have a set of neurons in our brains that fire up whenever we witness something that another person feels or experiences. These mirror neurons help us to learn through imitation. When we are young, for example, we learn to speak and behave through the imitation of our parents and siblings. As we age, the number of mirror neurons slowly decreases as their presence is needed most for our survival through growth. Not with the empaths, who keep their mirror neurons active well into their adult lives. The discovery of mirror neurons reveals why empaths feel extreme disgust, pain, horror when watching acts of violence, whether in real life or in the internet. Mirror neurons also hint at why empaths carry so much emotional dead weight from others. So, yun po, empaths po are, they are naturally, alam yun, kapag mayroong tao na in pain, nasasaktan, o kailangan ng tulong, parang masasabi din sila na parang codependent kasi they love to help, they love to fix people. No, they jump right away at yun nga, dahil nga sa sobrang high of empathy nila, mayroon silang they having hard time saying no. Yun, wala silang boundary or more or less so weak boundary. Kasi as much as possible, yeah, sabihin na natin na they don't want to disappoint people. So yun, they are prone to a narcissist, target po sila ng mga narcissist. So, who is the narcissist? The lion is most handsome when looking for food. Sila ang lion, ang empath ang food. Narcissism is one of the personality disorders categorized as cluster B according to the DSM-5 and DSM-4 and DSM-5. It is a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and complete lack of empathy for others. Behind the mask of extreme confidence, there's a fragile self-esteem that's vulnerable to the slightest criticism. Ang mga narcissist, po sila ego. Sobrang ego po, grabe. The disorder can stem from various traumas, childhood abuse, neglect, and even genetic predisposition. Narcissism, just as most of the mental health issues, is not black or white. The individual suffering from it can showcase its features on a scale. There is even a term for healthy narcissism, which is the necessary amount of self-love and selfishness to be able to live to the fullest without being people pleaser. On the lower of the scale, what we can find is a selfish, entitled individual who is usually just your average garden variety jerk. On the far end, where we are talking about narcissistic personality disorder, there is an emotionally and morally flawed individual who is self-centered, deeply uncaring and cruel, incapable of empathy for others, yet who hides behind the facade of a charming and attractive, attractive man or woman. The attraction. It doesn't seem to make sense that two such people would be even remotely attracted to each other, yet it still happens. Why is he attracted to her? It is easy to understand from the narcissist's point of view why he finds the empath so attractive. The empath is everything that he will never become: kind, caring, supportive, stable. The empath listens, the empath understands, the empath is emotionally available. This is heaven for the narcissist. Narcissist ang mga empath po ay kabaliktaran ng narcissist. Kung ano po yung wala sa narcissist ay nandun po lahat sa empath. Kaya they are attractive to it. This is heaven for the narcissist. It's like winning the lottery. An empath has a lot of love. She cares, she wants to help, she wants to give and give and give because this is what makes her happy. And this is what the narcissist wants: to be loved, to be cared for, to be helped, to take and take and take. The void in him is so crippling that he needs to go at extreme lengths to fill it. Yeah, narcissists are like a black hole, a big black hole na they cannot get enough. Na kahit anong gawin mo, hindi sila makontento. The attraction is about filling the void. So yun, hindi yun love. It's about to parang tapalan mo yung emptiness nila. Yeah? Yeah. The narcissist is the narcissist in the beginning is caring, funny, irresistible. He has an overwhelming charm. He has a powerful vibe. He is a very intense on every level. He is showcasing his own irresistibility, telling at every corner how wonderful he is, and also telling how wonderful she is. The empaths are sensing some kind of disturbance. The vibes they are getting are not clear. There is something off. Oh my god. So I relate this so much. It's like when you can't tune to a radio station and beyond the music, you are hearing some kind of crackling and white noise. The empath sees a challenge here. She needs to figure this one out. My God. Yeah, para kasi sa kanya is parang, she sends some great tunes but also has feeling that the other is somehow flawed and hurt. Yeah, andun na yung nature niya na she love to fix. The narcissist is very good at appearing helpless, lost, and broken. And this is an open invitation for the empath. Like flashing neon sign, come and help me, come and save me. He is openly admitting how wounded he is, and this is not an act. He really is broken inside. This triggers the empath to get into savior mode. He is adept at making her believe she is the only one who can help him, or that she already has helped him. The attraction is about wanting to save him. Para sa narcissist, yung attraction niya is to balikan natin. Wait. Wala tuloy ako. Sa narcissist, yung attraction niya is para to fill the void. Yung para maibsan yung emptiness niya inside. So, yun ang attract niya sa empath kasi lahat ng kailangan niya nandun sa empath. Tapos, ipipick siya ng empath. So, he gonna feel good. He gonna feel, parang malilis yung pain niya. And yung attraction naman ng empath sa narcissist ay, one thing about is about wanting to save him. Gusto niyang iligtas yung narcissist, gusto niyang tulungan, gusto niyang, no? It is her fatal blind spot because the narcissist cannot be helped, and more importantly, he does not want help. Exactly. Yan ang mga yan ang 100% talaga sa atin ng mga empath. Ganyan din yung ko eh. Kasi I thought kung ipapakita ko sa kanya na, kasi I am suppressing myself eh. Kasi I want to show to that narcissist na I am not against them, you know. Gusto ko na makita niya na yung love, at gusto ko na naisip ko na kung ipapakitaan ko siya ng love is matututo siya sa akin. Pero hindi pala. They don't want your love. They don't want your hindi nila kailangan ng awa mo. At ayaw nilang maligtas kasi that's how they are. At alam nila sa sarili nila na they don't, wala na. So, you know, yan, saan na ba yun? Who can be satisfied? It is a fatal blind spot because the narcissist cannot be helped, and more importantly, he does not want help. Ayaw niya nang matulungan siya. It is a dangerously codependent relationship which revolves around superficially fulfilling the needs of only one person who can be neither satisfied nor happy. Yeah, they are black hole na kahit anong gawin mo, they cannot be enough. Yeah, totoo po yan. Na magtataka ka na nauubos ka na pero still they want from you. The narcissist cannot and will not change. He is not capable of the type of emotion, empathy, and compassion that is needed to become a fair, loving, and caring partner. Kaya nga sa mga dumaan sa narcissist relationship with a narcissist, pansin niyo po ba na kahit na anong connect niyo sa kanila, wala, para kayong empty talaga, parang pagkakausapin niyo is para kayong nakikipag-usap sa dingding, sa bato. Walang emotion, walang connection. Kasi wala sila talaga niyan eh. Wala sila niyan. So, paano mo asahan yung wala talaga doon? So, hindi nila maibibigay talaga yun, mapoprovide kasi wala sila noon. Kaya nga gusto nilang attractive sila sa ganun kasi kung ano yung wala sa'yo, parang gusto nilang kunin sa ibang tao. At dahil nga wala silang empathy, hindi nila nakikita na walang empathy, nauubos na yung partner nila pero hindi pa rin sila makontento kasi yeah, they are who they are, no? Ito na. This ability is learned in the first few years of life. Yeah, yun pong care, compassion, empathy. Natututunan po yan sa learned in the first few years of life. So, nung bata tayo dapat ninorish yan sa atin ng ating mga magulang. Dapat talaga. Kaya po sa mga nanay po, aralin din po natin kasi minsan sa sobra ding sobrang paglagay natin sa pedestal sa ating mga anak, hindi rin yun maganda. At yung nai-emotional neglect sila, nakikriticize sila, hindi rin po maganda. Kasi yung bata po, hopeless po yan eh. Wala silang alam paano i-manage yung emotion nila. So kung wala tayo ng mga magulang na mag-guide sa kanila, they feel lost. At yung development nila ay magiging corrupted. And later on in their adult life, may tendency na magkakaroon sila ng kulang. Like halimbawa, walang empathy. Wala, hindi maganda. Ito. Yan na He cannot learn how to be a real person. Wow, napakalungkot, no? This ability is learned in first few years of life. By the time the empath meets the narcissist, it is already far, far too late. He cannot be helped. It's hard to avoid the charisma of narcissists and sometimes even hard to spot them. Yeah, lalo na yung covert. They are very good. They are very sneaky. Yeah. They are social chameleons. Kasi yung maskara po nila, it depends on the audience. Meron silang maskara na para sa audience na marami. Meron silang maskara sa every person na nami-meet nila. So it depends on kung sino yung kaharap nila. Hindi lang isang maskara ang gamit nila, hindi lang isang personality ang pinipresent nila. Yung maskara na ginagamit po ng mga narcissist ay depende po doon sa kausap nila. Pwede nga din na yung maskara na gagamitin niya sa'yo is yung personality mo. So, parang feeling mo sobrang related ka sa kanya, nakaka-relate ka. Hindi mo alam na yung pinoproject niya sa'yo is personality mo. So, parang napapamahal ka sa sarili mong quality, sa sarili mong reflection. I mean, yung quality, good qualities mo. Kasi yun ang pinoproject niya sa'yo Ayun. Narcissism po kapag inaral natin, it's so deep. It's so deep. It's, for me, I think it's like, hindi lang siya, para siyang more on spiritual. Kung tutuusin siya, parang more on spiritual kasi, mahirap i-explain. What to do if you are an empath. Ito para sa ating mga empath. If you are an empath, you need to develop a strong sense of self to be able to fend off people who would feel off and take you for granted. You need to understand that having boundaries is not rude, but necessary. This sacrificing yourself will not bring you happiness and that codependency is not a healthy type of attachment. Since it is unrealistic to expect the narcissist will ever recognize his problems, it is up to the empath to recognize the situation and resolve it. Kasi mga narcissist, wala naman yan silang wala silang pananagutan sa sitwasyon, sa lahat. Hugas kamay sila kasi everything, lahat po nang nangyayari is kapag maganda yung nangyayari, aakuin niya nila. Pero pag may nag-error dyan, may nagkamali dyan, may problema, nagkaroon ng problema, walang narcissist na umaamin ng kasalanan. Everything is other people's fault. Kasalanan lagi ng ibang tao at hindi sila nagkakamali. Mga narcissist hindi yan umaamin ng pagkakamali. Feeling nila sila lagi ang tama. The first thing you must realize is that the only way to resolve the situation is to get out of it. Yes, get out. Kasi wala talagang pupuntahan. Kahit patayin mo yung sarili mo sa harapan ng narcissist, hindi yan. Lalo pa yung mahahay siya kasi nakuha ka niya kasi para yung sinasak niya yung lahat sa iyo yung kaluluwa mo So, get out. That is a very hard truth to face. It is terrible to believe and admit that you have wasted months or years or even decades of your life on someone who does not care or appreciate it at all. Exactly. This is especially hard when dealing with narcissists who swear this is not the case. Don't take responsibility for other people's hurt. Oo, nandun na tayo, maawa tayo sa kanila kasi they are also victim Narcissists are victim themselves. Pero hindi they cannot be fixed So alangan namang isakripisyo mo yung sarili mo. Kahit naman patayin mo isakripisyo mo yung sarili mo, hindi sila magbabago, hindi sila gagaling, yun na talaga sila. So, say them as who they really are and save yourself kasi ang Panginoon lang po ang bahala sa kanila kasi mga empath, we are not here to save broken people. Lalo na kung alam natin na, lalo na pag mga narcissist kasi wala, they are who they are. They are perfect. We are just a object to them. So, wala. See them as who they really are. Ayan you need to remind yourself constantly that you have one responsibility, your own life and happiness. You feel their pain, you feel their struggle, and you want to help. But there is only so much you can do. You can help and guide them, you can be there for them. But at the end of the day, you can only help someone who is willing to help themselves too. Yeah, their hurt and their healing are not in your hands. You need to recognize that there are a lot of people who don't want to be fixed because being in pain or in misery is safe and comfortable. You see, they love this their disorder. Kasi that's how they function. They don't know anything else in life. Mm, um, Set clear boundaries. You need to learn to set clear boundaries. You need to identify the fine line where you are being helpful and where it is already sucking the life out of you. You need to learn to be selfish in the most positive sense of the word. In order that you can practice self-care, you need to learn to say no. If something doesn't fit your schedule, your own needs, your expectation, saying no is not being rude. It's teaching others about your needs and boundaries. It is about telling them how to treat you, and in this case, they take it the wrong way. The problem lies with them, not you. You are entitled to say no to others who are using you or your help or your time or your energy without getting anything in return. Trust your instinct. Importante po ito. Pay attention, guys. Trust your instincts. The weirdest thing about empath is that they have exceptional capabilities in terms of gut feelings. Sorry. They sense other people, they sense situations. Yet they are quick to ignore red flags when it comes to helping others. The empath usually knows that there is something off with the narcissist. She sees it and feels it, but the discomfort of the blurry picture is washed away by her wish to help. You need to trust your instinct a lot more. You need to give yourself more credit for your own feelings and suspicions. Think back on it. How many times did your gut feeling fail you? How many times did you need to convince yourself against your instinct? Because you thought that was expected of you, to be kind and nice and caring to a fault? Your instincts are there for a very good reason. It is to save you, even from yourself. Listen to it, practice it, tune it to yourself, and believe in yourself. No second guessing, please. You are way better than that. Guilty din talaga ako dito. Watch out for red flags. When it comes to others' lives, you know what to watch out for. When you need to give advice to your friends, there is no one else who could guide them in a more insightful and spot-on way but you. Remind yourself that the red flags are the same for you as well. You can't decide not to see them just because they are so close that they are covering everything else from your vision. You need to take one step back and observe your own life from a distance. Use your highly developed empathy and ask yourself, what would you suggest excuse me, if it wasn't you, excuse me, but a friend? You would watch out for them, try to protect them, try to save them from any harm. Be your own best friend and listen to your invaluable advice. Learn to walk away. The hardest part is walk away from toxic situations. And it's not because of your ego or dignity. It's because you feel that you have failed. You failed to help them. You failed to save them. You failed to keep your promises. Walking away is the second best thing you can do. The first is not walking in such a situation. But for that, you need to learn a lot. To work on your self-esteem and your boundaries. You need to know that your worth is not linked to your capability of helping and saving others. Your gift is your compassion, not your unilateral struggle to save someone who refuses to be saved anyway. Being in tune with others' emotions is a gift, and you should see it as something that makes you an amazing, giving person. Trust your gut. Take time to listen to your feelings and intuition. Know and recognize the red flags. And if you find yourself stuck in a toxic relationship, just get up and leave. Wow, ang ganda nito. Remember, it's not your job to fix people. What a beautiful article. So, I hope po na nagustuhan ninyo ang ating topic ngayong araw. And thank you po for being here. And yeah, I hope may natutunan tayo. Thank you very much. Take care and love yourself first. Unahin po natin ang ating mga sarili bago ibang tao. Ciao!